So in the last lecture, we have started with photoelectric effect in order to see the inapplicability of Maxwell's theory on an atom. So first of all, again, let us try to understand what is meant by photoelectric effect. Okay. In this particular case, we have taken a metal plate. Okay. And a metal plate is characterized by free electrons. What is meant by a free electron? A free electron is nothing but an electron which is loosely bound to the nucleus, or the attractive force of the nucleus on the outermost electron is comparatively less when compared to the other elements. So if I want to remove such electron, the amount of energy which I need to input from my side will be less. Okay. So इसको निकालने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? I need to increase the energy of the electron. If I increase the energy of the electron, its stability will be decreased. In this context, the stability of the electron is because of its attractive force with the nucleus. If I am decreasing the stability, I am decreasing the attractive force. इसका मतलब I am taking the electron away and away from the nucleus. Okay. So if I am imparting sufficient energy on the electron can be removed from the metal. Such an electron is called as photoelectron because the particles or the rays of this particular electromagnetic radiation are referred to as photons. Photon के वजह से जो भी electron निकाला मैंने, it is called as photoelectron. Okay. One point which you need to understand is this electron will be removed if and only if you provide sufficient energy. उस sufficient energy से ज़्यादा भी provide किया तभी भी आ जाएगा. But एक particular minimum amount of energy required रहेगा in order to remove the electron. Such energy is called as threshold energy. Okay. If I am this particular process, the removal of electron or the emission of electron, this is also called as photoemission. Photoemission. If this photoemission is made to happen, inside a small cell, ये जो particular cell है इसका size बहुत छोटा रहेगा. This looks like a discharge tube apparatus. ऐसा draw किया मैंने, but this is a very small cell. इसमें क्या किया हमने? We have taken metal plates and we have attached that to a bulb, and we are interested to see if there is any current or not with the help of the bulb. If there is current, there will be glowing of the bulb. If there is no current, the bulb won't be glowing. Okay. Current किस वजह से आएगा? First of all, इस particular cell में the space between the metal plates is vacuum. There is no gas. We want to see if there is a photo emission from the metal or not from the gas. अगर gas रहता तो क्या होगा? ये जो radiation है उस gas के ऊपर भी गिर के उसके अंदर से electron निकल सकता है. Then in that case there can be current and there can be glowing of the bulb. But we are interested if there is any photo emission from the metal or not. Okay. So इसी cell के अंदर put किया तो whenever there is sufficient energy, the electron will be removed. The electron will be moving towards the positive terminal. As a result, the circuit will be completed. Whenever there is completion of circuit, there is current. There will be current. Because of that particular current, the bulb will glow. So in order to have current, you need to have sufficient energy in this particular radiation. Okay. According to Maxwell, the energy is a function of only intensity. मतलब क्या है? इधर draw कर रहा हूँ. Suppose if I am having two waves, एक wave ऐसा कुछ है. I am not changing the wavelength or frequency. I am just changing the amplitude. दूसरा wave ये है. Okay. Oh. Change the color. Okay, this is second wave. Out of these two waves, according to Maxwell, this wave is having high intensity. Implies high energy. Maxwell के हिसाब से. More is the intensity, more is the energy according to Maxwell. ये वाला point clear है ना सबको? Okay. इस particular experiment में we need to understand the inapplicability of Maxwell वो जो particular theory है, it is based on intensity as well as frequency. So I am having two knobs for this particular radiation. One to control the intensity, मतलब ये वाला जो amplitude है ना, ये change होता जाएगा, okay? And the other to control the frequency, ये वाला part change होगा, frequency or wavelength. So with the help of these two knobs, I'm changing either intensity or frequency. What is the observation when Einstein performed this particular experiment? When he maintained intensity to be very high value, बहुत कितना भी ज़्यादा रखो, if the frequency of the radiation is lesser than a certain amount, if the frequency of radiation is lesser than a certain amount, nu naught, there is never current. But according to Maxwell's theory, higher is the intensity, higher will be the energy, higher is the energy, the electron can be removed. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, what is nu naught?
Nu naught is some reference value. एक particular value से, like nu naught is some reference, उस value से कम रखा तो कभी उसको current नहीं मिला. Or else ये जो particular knob है ना, if I am revolving it, after a certain value only, after a certain new value only, there is current always. So that particular point is taken as nu naught.
Yes,
okay?
Sir.
Nu naught is some reference. Below that reference, there is never current. Above that reference, there is always current. Okay. So,
Yes,
जो current आ रहे कि नहीं, it is depending upon this particular nu. देखो, इस वाला particular point पे, if nu is kept lesser than nu naught, no matter how high the intensity, there is never current in the experiment. Current कभी भी नहीं आया. Okay, when nu is greater than nu naught, no matter how low the intensity, कितना भी कम रखो, ज़्यादा रखो, फर्क नहीं पड़ा. There is always current. इसका मतलब क्या है? Current आ रहे कि नहीं? It is depending solely on frequency, but not intensity. Okay, the generation of current, it is depending only on frequency. The intensity is not affected. एक बार current generate हो गया, इसी particular point पे, if nu greater than nu naught, there is current ना. एक बार current generate हो गया, in that case, if you are playing with that intensity knob, what is happening is, if you are decreasing intensity, the magnitude of current got decreased. मतलब वो जो bulb है dim जल रहा है. Okay, it is flickering or it is having low brightness. In that particular case, if you are increasing the intensity, the brightness of the bulb is increased. मतलब the current flowing through that particular bulb is increased. So the magnitude of current, in a way, it is depending upon intensity, but the generation of current, it is depending upon frequency. मतलब ये observation है, ये ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है हम discuss करेंगे. This is the observation. As of now, just understand the observation. ये क्यों हुआ है, कैसे हुआ है, वो अभी समझेंगे, हमको समझना है. Okay, so in this particular, ये तो experiment है ना, experiment में clearly पता चल रहा है, frequency से मैक्सवेल के थ्योरी के हिसाब से इंटेंसिटी से रिलेशन होना चाहिए. इंटेंसिटी से कुछ रिलेशन है ही नहीं. So everything is related to frequency. So I can clearly say Maxwell is wrong, but we need to explain. We need to explain this. I hope this is clear. And one more important property of this particular light source is it is monochromatic. Monochromatic मतलब all the waves are of unique wavelength. We are having a single wavelength. Okay. Okay. What are the observations again? If the frequency is lesser than certain amount nu naught, no matter how high the intensity, there is never current. If the frequency is greater than certain amount nu naught, nu greater than or equal to, I can say this is nu greater than or equal to nu naught. No matter how low the intensity, there is always current. And in this particular case, whenever I'm increasing the intensity, the magnitude of current is increased. Whenever I'm decreasing the intensity, the magnitude of current got decreased. Okay. So let us try to explain these observations. Einstein explained these particular observations with the help of a theory called Planck's quantum theory. Planck's quantum theory क्या बताता है? अब तक we used to visualize electromagnetic radiation as a wave. Okay. But according to Planck, it is not a wave, it is having particle nature. It doesn't have wave nature, or it has dual nature, but this particular results can be explained if you are taking only particle nature of the light or particle nature of the electromagnetic radiation. According to his theory, the energy is lost or gained. Energy is lost or gained in the form of packets, but not in the form of waves. Okay. It is lost or gained in the form of packets. Whenever you are having packets, it is a discontinuous source, obviously. It is not a continuous thing. It is a discontinuous one. Energy is lost or emitted in discontinuous manner in the form of packets, and the energy of each packet is directly proportional to the frequency of the source. और जो frequency of the radiation जो भी रहेगा, the energy is directly proportional to the frequency. This is the energy of each packet. Okay, energy of each packet. If you are removing the proportionality symbol, you will be you need to input a constant which is called as H, which is Planck's constant, whose value is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second. Okay, E is equals to H nu. Where n, if you are having n number of packets in the system, suppose like bulb on कर लिया, उसके अंदर से जो भी packets बाहर आ रहे हैं ना, if the total number of packets are n, what is the total energy emitted by that particular bulb? It will be n times H nu, because the H nu is the energy of each packet. So the total energy is nothing but n times H nu. With respect to, remember everyone, with respect to quantum theory, intensity is nothing but number of packets. Intensity can be visualized as number of packets. More the number of packets, more the intensity. Less the number of packets, less the intensity. Okay? ठीक है. ये जो particular formula है, I am having some disturbance. Sorry. ये जो particular formula है, if I want to rewrite this, E is equals to H nu. We have already seen C is equals to nu lambda. Or in the place of nu, can I substitute C upon lambda? So I can write E is equals to
HC lambda.
C upon lambda. This is the one more variation. Either you can have E is equals to H nu, or you can have E is equals to HC upon lambda, where lambda is the wavelength of the radiation. Okay. Whenever you have something in terms of packets, there is a principle called quantization. Okay, quantization का मतलब क्या है? Restriction. You cannot have any amount of a given quantity, but you can have only restricted values of it. कल एक एग्जांपल दिया आप लोग को मिल्कमैन और मिल्क पैकेट्स का केस है. मिल्कमैन जो सोर्स है, it is a continuous source, so you can opt for any amount of milk. There is no restriction, provided the milkman can measure that particular amount, and if we can provide you, then you don't have any restriction in that particular case. Okay, it is a continuous system. But whenever you have milk packets, there is some restriction on the amount of milk which you can get. Suppose if you are having 1 liter milk packets, either you can get 1 liter or 2 liters or 3 liters or 4 liters, so on and so forth. The total amount which you can get is always in integer multiples of that particular 1 liter. So there is some restriction, or there is quantization.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
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 Class over.
Hello.
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 हेलो।
हाँ बोलो।
Hello everyone, my connection got lost. Give me 2 minutes.
ओके सर।
And the electrons are revolving, and the electrons must revolve around. Okay. So I was explaining the quantization principle. Quantization का मतलब क्या? Okay, there is something going wrong. Okay, I'm explaining quantization principle. So whenever you see the term quantization, you need to get the term restriction in your mind. Whenever you have particle nature, you cannot have any amount of energy which you need. There are some certain amounts of energy only which you can get. Like if you're having a packet of energy h nu, if you're having 2 packets, you will get 2 h nu amount of energy. You can never get 1.5 h nu. Okay, you can never get 1.75 h nu. The energies are quantized or the energies are restricted. कल जो मिल्कमैन और मिल्क पैकेट का एग्जांपल दिया है ना, in case of milk packets, you can only get some certain amounts of milk, either 1 liter or 2 liters, 3 liters, 4 liters, so on and so forth, provided you are having a milk packet of 1 liter. If you are having 2 liters packet, in that case, you will get 2 liter, 4 liter, 6 liter, 8 liter, so on and so forth. But if you are having milkman, you can get any amount of milk. There is no restriction on that. Okay, so milkman is like a continuous source and milk packet is like a discontinuous source. Okay, similarly, वैसा ही अभी जो energy जो है, it is not emitted in the form of a wave. It is emitted in the form of packets, and each packet is having some certain amount of energy. Okay, and all of the packets will be having same energy. So if you want to find the total energy, if there are n packets in the system, the total energy will become n times h nu. Okay, ये वाला point clear है सब लोग को? इनके अलावा there are 2 more points. At a given instant, only 1 packet of energy can be absorbed by an electron or any particle. Okay, suppose एक electron को
1.5 packets cannot be there.
0.5 packet cannot be present. आधा पैकेट पॉसिबल ही नहीं है.
डेसिमल में नहीं आता क्या?
डेसिमल में नहीं आता है. डेसिमल में हाफ मिल्क पैकेट तुमको मार्केट में मिलेगा क्या कभी? If the factory is producing milk packets of 1 liter, how can you get half liter milk packet?
Yes sir.
मिलता है ना 500 ml.
Provided the factory is manufacturing 500 ml. I'm taking a case. मिलता है, पता है, 250 ml का भी बना सकता हूँ. Then in that case 250 ml के रेंज मल्टीपल्स में रहेगा. Okay.
Yes sir.
Yeah. हाँ. Or there are 2 more very important points. At a given instant, only 1 packet can be consumed by any electron or any particle. Okay. उसके अलावा a packet of energy cannot be distributed among 2 electrons or 2 particles. Suppose एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को बाहर निकलने के लिए कुछ तो अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी चाहिए, उससे ज्यादा प्रोवाइड कर रहा हूं मैं, तब क्या होगा? ऐसा कभी नहीं रहेगा. जितना चाहिए उतना ही लेके बचा हुआ एनर्जी दूसरे इलेक्ट्रॉन को दे देगा. The entire energy must be consumed by that particular electron, and it will be consumed by that particular electron. Okay. Okay, ये वाला पार्ट
Sir.
या
बचे हुए एनर्जी का क्या होगा?
बचे हुए एनर्जी का क्या होगा? We will see this. अब भाई
काइनेटिक एनर्जी
भाई देखेंगे. देखो अभी फिर से मैं एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए कोशिश करता हूँ. लेट अस टेक टू सिनेरियोस where in one case I am having discontinuous orbits. ये एक ऑर्बिट है, उसके बाद ये वाला ऑर्बिट है, उसके बाद ये ऑर्बिट है. Where you are having discontinuous orbits. Let us take another scenario. ये भी एक पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकता है करके मान रहा हूं मैं. Where I am taking continuous orbits. Suppose electron यहाँ है. The orbits are continuous, okay? Initially electron यहाँ पे है. Sorry. Initially इधर electron यहाँ पे है, यहाँ पे electron यहाँ पे है. Okay. Let us take the distance or the energy gap between these two as 6 times h nu. Okay. Or else I'm taking E is equals to h nu na. So E is equals to 6 h nu हुआ तो can I write this as h into 6 nu? Or I'm
Yes,
taking nu naught is equals to 6 nu. मतलब मिनिमम इतना एनर्जी इतना न्यू चाहिए ही चाहिए. इससे ज्यादा है तो then you can remove the electron types. Nu naught is equals to 6 nu. If nu incident, nu I is nothing but frequency incident. Okay. अगर nu I, if I am taking this as 2 nu, if I am taking the nu I as 2 nu, what will be the energy which I am incidenting? It will be h into 2 nu, which is nothing but 2h nu. Suppose मान लेते हैं ये जो पर्टिकुलर ऑर्बिट है, इन दोनों के बीच में एनर्जी गैप जो भी है, दिस इज नथिंग बट 2h nu. Whenever I am supplying a photon of energy 2h nu, if it is consuming the 2h nu, the energy of the electron is increased by 2h nu times. So अभी ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है यहाँ पे नहीं रहेगा. If its energy is increased by 2h nu, it should be going far from the nucleus and this will be going into this particular orbit. Okay. अभी इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पे आ गया है. अभी ये दोनों के बीच में एनर्जी गैप कितना है? This is 6h nu. Okay.
Sir, 4h nu na?
4 ना?
Yeah, 4h nu. Sorry. This is 4h nu. देखो एक पॉइंट जनरल ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या है, इन दोनों के बीच में नाउ देयर इज, सपोज मान लेते हैं इन दोनों के बीच में नाउ देयर इज नो ऑर्बिट. if it has to absorb 2h nu photon, there has to be an orbit whose energy is that 2h nu plus 2h nu 4h nu जैसा एनर्जी रहना पड़ेगा इधर से इधर. there has to be some orbit. ओके. तब क्या होगा, फिर से वो 2h nu लेके इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. तब फिर से 2h nu लेके इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ पे आ जाएगा, फाइनली बाहर चला जाएगा. बट इस पर्टिकुलर केस में there is no orbit here. There is no pathway, there is no highway. If there is no highway, electron cannot revolve in this particular position. Okay. Is this particular point clear? बाद में देखेंगे ऑर्बिट्स जो है, that gaps between the orbits, the gaps among the orbits. Sorry for the disturbance. The gaps among the orbits is different. There is no uniform spacing. We will see that there won't be any uniform spacing. वैसे यूनिफॉर्म स्पेसिंग रहता तो जो प्लैनेट्स है उनका ऑर्बिट्स वो भी उसके जैसा ही कुछ रहना पड़ेगा. बट देखते हैं why there is no uniform spacing. We will get a mathematical relation. Suppose ये वाला सिनेरियो देखते हैं, ये वाला पर्टिकुलर सिनेरियो. इस केस में क्या होगा, you are having continuous orbits. You are having orbits throughout. ओके यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक पूरा ऑर्बिट से. So if you are incidenting photon, अब ये photon लेके it will be going to that particular region which is having a gap of 2h nu. Okay, यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रॉन आने के बाद क्या होगा, फिर से it will be accepting a photon and it will be again going to another region which is at a distance of another 2h nu. अभी यहाँ पे भी इलेक्ट्रॉन it will again accept one more photon and it will again go to another region which is having again a distance of 2h nu. Finally ऐसे चलते 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 क्या हो जाएगा, electron will be finally kicked out or an electron can be removed from the system. सभी लोग है ना?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ये वाला,
Yes, sir.
हाँ, okay. ये वाला
Yes,
particular
sir.
point पे अभी देखना. If the energy of the electron, I'm saying the energy of the electron, if it is continuous, continuous करके क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? Because the orbits are continuous. एक जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है, if it is going away and away from the nucleus, the attractive forces will be decreased. If the attractive forces are decreased, the energy must be increased. Energy increase होने के लिए क्या होना चाहिए? It has to go away and away from the nucleus. अगर orbits continuous है तो, अगर orbits continuous है तो, the energy of the electron can be changed continuously. If the energy of the electron is changed continuously, the electron must be removed. The electron must be removed provided if there is high intensity. देखो ये वाला high intensity रहा तो, intensity मतलब क्या है, number of packets. So if there are sufficient packets, every time it will be accepting a packet and it will be going to an orbit because those particular orbits are available. Okay, if the orbits are available, it will be going away and away from the nucleus and at one particular instant, electron will be removed. Which is not the case. ये मैक्सवेल के हिसाब से ऐसा ही कुछ होना चाहिए. मैक्सवेल ने क्या कहा, an electron loses energy continuously. ठीक है, वो continuous होते समय कुछ तो intensity और frequency वो बाद में. An electron can never lose or can never gain energy continuously because the orbits are not continuous. अगर orbits continuous जैसा होता तो ये वाला particular observation पे intensity ज़्यादा रखने से you should get current. वो current नहीं आया. ये वाला पार्ट समझ में आ रहा है आप लोग को?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So orbits are not continuous. So अभी if you are incidenting, ये वाला केस देखते हैं, ये scenario. If you are incidenting some infinite amount of photons whose energy is only 2h nu, the electron will come to this particular point. इसके आगे कभी jump नहीं कर पाएगा. Jump क्यों नहीं कर पाएगा? 4h nu होने के लिए you need to give 2 photons at the same instant. इस इलेक्ट्रॉन को 2 photons साथ में देना पड़ेगा. But according to Planck's quantum theory, only one particular photon will be absorbed at a given instant. Okay, so ये वाला जो है, if it is absorbing 2h nu amount of energy, ये electron, if it is absorbing 2h nu amount of energy, it has to go to a place where there is no orbit. ये important point है, सब लोग ध्यान से सुनना इधर. It has to go to a place where there is no orbit. So वो क्या करता है, वो 2h nu packet अभी absorb ही नहीं करेगा. So that particular packet will be transmitted. Okay, तो इस particular point पे आने के बाद क्या होता है, in order to attain stability, always जितना ज़्यादा attractive forces होता है उतना stability मिलेगा. So क्या करेगा electron, in order to attain stability, it will emit back. वो जो energy लिया उसने, वो वापस छोड़ देगा. And
Sir.
it will come. हाँ.
सर इलेक्ट्रॉन को कैसे पता चलता है वो 2h nu का इफेक्टेड है?
इलेक्ट्रॉन को कैसे पता चलता है? ये इलेक्ट्रॉन को पता चलने का कुछ बात नहीं है. यहाँ पे ऑर्बिट है ना, वो डिसकंटिन्यूअस है. इट विल बी ejecting a photon. Again, it won't be emitting a wave. It will be emitting a photon, which is a discontinuous packet. एक साथ वो पैकेट छोड़ के यहाँ पे ऑर्बिट है, यहाँ पे रीजन है, वो बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे. Why only this particular orbit exists? Why not other orbits? We will be discussing that. We will be understanding that in this chapter only. Why are not orbits present in this region? If there are orbits in this region, what will happen? we need to understand that. वो दूसरा साइंटिस्ट ने प्रूव किया है, देखते हैं, सारे देखेंगे.
Okay,
as
sir.
of now from the experiment, क्योंकि इनको भी जब एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है इनको भी इतना ही आइडिया है, पता है, like from the observation ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए. why are there no orbits in this region, उनको भी नहीं पता. as of now this is just a pure interpretation. अगर ऑर्बिट्स होता तो करंट आ जाना चाहिए था ज्यादा इंटेंसिटी पे, नहीं आ रहे ना. so the orbits are never continuous, they are always discontinuous. Is this clear? If you're having, there can be some doubts,
Yes, sir.
please ask me your doubts. Clarity आ जाएगा सब कुछ.
सर ये 2H न्यू लेकर क्या करेगा फिर?
Sorry, again, once more.
Sir, what will he do after taking 2H न्यू?
After taking 2H न्यू, the electron will be going into this particular level. अभी इस लेवल से जंप होने के लिए उसको 4H न्यू चाहिए, which I am not providing or which I am unable to provide. So क्या होगा? In order to attain stability, क्या होता है? It will again get back. यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. It will come back to its original orbit. क्योंकि जितना पास में रहेगा, यहाँ पे ऑर्बिट प्रेजेंट है, जितना पास में रहेगा उतना स्टेबिलिटी मिलेगा. एंड ये भी नहीं बोलना चाहिए पास में रहना है तो न्यूक्लियस के अंदर भी जाके बैठ सकता है ना, वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. क्यों पॉसिबल नहीं है देखेंगे. इधर ऑर्बिट्स पॉसिबल नहीं है.
सर फिर वो सेकेंड ऑर्बिट में नहीं रहेगा, मिडिल ऑर्बिट में
नहीं रहेगा, क्योंकि eventually it has to lose energy. Everything will lose energy. इसलिए रेडिएट करता है वो, रेडिएशन. That's the reason for radiation. Whenever you are heating an object, देखो दूसरा वे ऑफ समझना. Whenever you are heating an object, क्या हुआ होगा? इलेक्ट्रॉन इधर से कहीं दूसरे लेवल्स पे शिफ्ट हुआ होगा. And why is it radiating energy? Any heated object is a source of energy ना. वो क्यों होता है? वो जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है वापस अपने प्लेस में आते समय it will liberate the same energy which it has absorbed.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है यहाँ पे नहीं रहेगा. It will again get back to its original orbit. ठीक है? If any doubt now, if you are having doubt, please ask me. Want to remove an electron? If you want to remove an electron, ये वाला ऑर्बिट में क्या कंसीडर कर रहा हूँ? At this distance, the influence of nucleus is 0. So if I am incidenting nu I is equals to 6 nu, what will be the energy that I am incidenting? E is equals to h times 6 nu, which is nothing but 6h nu.
E by y.
So electron जो है, it is accepting a packet and it is going into this particular region. इसका मतलब electron will be emptied out, right?
Yes.
Okay. If the electron is emptied out, will there be any current in the circuit?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There will be current. If there is current, this particular bulb will glow. Okay. अभी ये सोचो, अभी हमने ये वाला particular observation अभी देखा है. If nu is less than nu naught, no matter how high the intensity, जितना भी packets डालो, वो जो particular packets consume नहीं हो पा रहे, hence there is no current because the orbits are not continuous. दूसरा part देखो, if nu is greater than or equal to nu naught, no matter how low the intensity, there is current. Okay, intensity का मतलब क्या है? Number of packets. If there is only one packet, only one electron will be emptied out. If there are more number of packets, ये एक atom हुआ, वैसा बहुत सारे atoms रहेंगे ना. So from each and every atom, you can remove one electron by incidenting one packet. If you are incidenting n packets, you will get n electrons. Each packet remove one electron. For n packets, n electrons can be removed implies the current will be because, or the current is now because of n electrons. अगर n का वैल्यू बढ़ता जाएगा, नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जो भी बाहर निकल के आएगा वो भी क्या होगा, वो भी बढ़ता जाएगा. If the number of electrons are increased, can I say the magnitude of current will be increased? ये वाला particular observation मैं explain कर रहा हूँ. If nu is greater than equals to nu naught, if the intensity is increased, intensity मतलब क्या है, number of packets. If each and every packet is able to remove one electron, if the number of packets are increased, the number of electrons that are removed are also increased. तो उतने सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन सर्किट में फ्लो होने की वजह से मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ करंट बढ़ेगा. इफ इंटेंसिटी इज डिक्रीज्ड, द नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स व्हिच आई एम रिमूविंग आर डिक्रीज्ड. एज अ रिजल्ट द करंट मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ करंट इज डिक्रीज्ड. इज दिस पॉइंट क्लियर?
यस सर. यस सर.
ओके. हाँ, अभी ये तो न्यू इक्वल्स टू न्यू नॉट का केस हुआ ना. व्हाट इफ
सर
या
पैकेट्स में इंटेंसिटी क्या होती है?
सॉरी,
पैकेट्स में इंटेंसिटी क्या होती है?
पैकेट्स में इंटेंसिटी क्या होता है वो नहीं है. इंटेंसिटी का मतलब भी नंबर ऑफ, टोटल नंबर ऑफ पैकेट्स पर यूनिट एरिया. पैकेट का अंदर इंटेंसिटी वैसे बात नहीं करेंगे. सोर्स का, बिकॉज इफ यू आर टेकिंग अ पैकेट, it is very difficult to visualize the amplitude, the frequency, all those things. So don't get confused by whenever you are saying that packets. तब ऐसा कभी मत सोचना पैकेट जैसा ऐसा वेव जैसा मूव करेगा, ये नहीं है. पैकेट मतलब सिंपल पैकेट्स, बस रेन ड्रॉपलेट्स जैसा. The packets won't be moving in the form of a wave. Don't think that.
Okay sir, thank you sir.
Okay. Okay. What if nu incident is greater than nu naught? Suppose मान लेते हैं अभी nu I जो है it is 8 nu. What will be the incident energy? E is equals to h times 8 nu, or you are having 8 h nu. हमको बाहर निकालने के लिए कितना चाहिए? 6 h nu चाहिए ना. I am putting 8 h nu amount of energy. अभी एक सब लोग को एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, सुनो. I hope everyone is present in the lecture. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Suppose if I am giving you, अभी मैं classroom में आया. Suppose मान लेते हैं एक hypothetical situation है. For now, we are inside a classroom, and the classroom में enter होते ही, on the blackboard I have given you some set of questions. Okay, and I have divided those set of questions into 3 categories. एक तो easy है, दूसरा medium है, और तीसरा बहुत difficult. Okay. और जो डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन है अब तक सॉल्व ही नहीं हुआ, या ओवर इन द एंटायर वर्ल्ड अब तक वो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व ही नहीं हुआ, वो ऐसा क्वेश्चन दिया. 3 कैटेगरीज, इजी, मीडियम और डिफिकल्ट. ओके. और मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ क्लास में आते ही, इफ एनीवन इज एबल टू सॉल्व ओनली इजी क्वेश्चंस, मीडियम और डिफिकल्ट सॉल्व नहीं कर पाया, देन दे हैव टू सिट फॉर द एंटायर लेक्चर एंड दे हैव टू अटेंड द लेक्चर. ओके. अगर मीडियम क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर पाया, देन उनको चॉइस है, they can go out or they can stay, their wish. जा सकते हैं, क्लास अटेंड करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, या करना है तो कर सकते हो. ओके. डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया, ऑब्वियसली उससे डिफिकल्ट तो मैं नहीं पढ़ाने वाला हूँ. देन इन दैट केस जा ही सकते हो. ओके. ये मैंने ऐसा कुछ बोला आप लोग को. आप लोग के रेफरेंस में, विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू यू, suppose if you are solving easy question, suppose if you are able to solve only easy question, will you go out of the class? Will I allow?
No sir.
No, right? Okay. दूसरा scenario, if you are able to solve medium question, okay, if you are able to solve medium question, will you go out of the class?
No.
No sir.
Some people may go, some people may not. मतलब अगर कोई ऐसा भी हो सकता है, स्टूडेंट ठीक है देख लेते हो डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन भी क्या है वो भी देख लेंगे, नहीं तो अरे काफी है, इतना नहीं पढ़ना है, पढ़ के क्या करना है, एवरीवन इज ओके, ठीक है, ऐसा सोच के बाहर जा भी सकता है। ओके, सपोज इफ यू आर सॉल्विंग, जा भी सकता है, नहीं भी जा सकता है। ओके, सपोज इफ यू आर समवन हैज सॉल्व्ड द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन, अब तक वो दुनिया में सॉल्व ही नहीं हुआ, वो वाला क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया उसने, उसका आंसर आ गया। नाउ टेल मी व्हाट विल बी योर फीलिंग, और क्या होगा इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सिनेरियो? एनीवन?
नो।
क्या नो?
Excitement.
Okay. Will you be excited?
Yes.
ऐसा तो नहीं बोलेंगे ना, ये तो मेरा बस की बात है, मतलब ये तो मेरा दाएं हाथ का काम है, हो ही जाएगा, ऐसा बोलेंगे? या you will be so excited and you will be running out of the class and you will be running to your family or whoever to share that particular news ना? नहीं तो नोबेल प्राइज के लिए भागेंगे, नोबेल प्राइज दे दो मुझे, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। You will be excited, right?
Yes.
Same thing happens. Example may be bit odd. Same thing happens with respect to electron.
सर और इजी भी सॉल्व नहीं कर पाया
वो तो बिल्कुल जाएगा ही नहीं, उसको तो कुछ है ही नहीं, इजी सॉल्व नहीं कर पाए, वो क्लास के अंदर ही बैठा रहेगा। Same thing happens with the help with respect to electron. If you are having a photon, suno, if you are having a photon which is having less energy, okay, that is like easy question, तब क्या होगा? इधर से इधर तक जाएगा, उसके अलावा और बाहर तो नहीं जा सकता है। okay, so it will be oscillating between these two particular orbits. If you are having a medium question, if you are having a medium energy or sufficient energy, तब क्या होगा? It will be just coming out here, मतलब just बाहर जाएगा। In that particular case, if it is again coming under the influence of nucleus, वो वापस अंदर आ जाएगा। okay, so बाहर जा सकता है, अंदर आ सकता है, it depends upon the case scenario. But if it is solving the most difficult question और बहुत most energetic photon इसके ऊपर डाला तो क्या होगा? जितना एनर्जी लगेगा that energy will be consumed, मतलब 6h amount of energy will be utilized to overcome the attractive forces. Remaining 2h will be converting into the kinetic energy of the electron. और जो excess of energy है, the electron will be excited now. The electron will be coming out of the system with some kinetic energy. It will be rushing out of the atom. The electron will be ejected out of the system with some kinetic energy. और जो excess amount of energy है, it will be converted into kinetic energy of the electron. मतलब क्या है? Energy incident, जितना मैं energy incident कर रहा हूँ, that will be equal to some of the energy is utilized for to overcome the attractive forces, which is also called as threshold energy. ETH is threshold energy. Plus remaining of the energy will be converted into kinetic energy electron, the maximum kinetic energy which it can achieve, or else energy incident minus ETH. ETH मतलब क्या है समझाता हूँ अभी, हम बात कर रहे थे ना, like there is some minimum amount of energy required to remove an electron. That energy is called as threshold energy. ETH is nothing but threshold energy. EI is the incident energy. Ke max is the kinetic energy of the emitted electron. If threshold energy is equals to incident energy, then kinetic energy will be zero. देखो, kinetic energy zero का मतलब क्या है? ये जो particular electron है यहाँ से just बाहर निकलेगा, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है सब सर्किट कंप्लीट नहीं हो पाएगा। ये जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज है ना, इट विल बी अट्रैक्टिंग दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन, एज अ रिजल्ट इट विल बी अचीविंग और गेनिंग काइनेटिक एनर्जी। ओके, बट इफ यू आर इंसिडेंटिंग मोर एंड मोर एनर्जी, वो वाला एनर्जी के साथ बाहर आके और जो करंट का इंसिडेंस है इमीडिएट दिखेगा बल्ब का ग्लो, और एल्स देयर विल बी स्मॉल टाइम लैग, एज द टाइम लैग इज वेरी 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 लेस, सो हमको रियलाइज नहीं कर पाएंगे। ओके, ज्यादा एनर्जी कम एनर्जी से। ओके, I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there are some terms which you need to know. जो threshold energy है ETH is also called work function. W is nothing but work function. Work function करके क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? in a way you are doing some work in order to remove an electron. Okay, and I am calling it as function because mathematics may, if I am having functions, if you are inputting different values, the in that particular function you will get different answers, right? Similarly, in this particular case may, if you are having different metals will be requiring different amounts of energy to remove that particular electron. Hence it is termed as work function. You need to put different amount of work for different metals in order to remove the electron. Hence the threshold energy is also referred to as work function. Okay, so you can either write EI minus work function or you can write EI minus threshold energy. Last step, what is the formula for that EI? Can I write EI is equals to H times new incident is equals to H times nu naught. Nu naught is agar new ETH is threshold energy. Nu naught I can refer to that as threshold frequency. Matlab the minimum frequency which is required in order to remove an electron. Threshold energy is minimum energy that is required to remove an electron. Is this clear? H nu naught
Yes,
plus Ke max. I can also write this as, we know that C is equals to nu lambda, nu is equals to C upon lambda. So Hc upon lambda incident is equal to Hc upon lambda naught plus Ke max. Again, can I write lambda naught equals to threshold wavelength? Can anyone tell me the definition of threshold wavelength now? Threshold energy is minimum energy required
Minimum
to remove an electron.
wavelength required.
ये गलत होगा. It is not minimum wavelength. It is maximum wavelength. क्योंकि nu and lambda are inversely proportional. If nu is minimum, lambda will be maximum.
yes,
मतलब क्या है, लैम्डा बढ़ता गया तो देखो ये वाला फॉर्मूला में एक बार ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. E is equals to Hc upon lambda. If lambda increase, what will happen to the energy? Decrease होगा ना?
Yes.
Okay. So maximum wavelength मतलब उस wavelength से ज़्यादा है तो there won't be sufficient energy. उस wavelength से कम ही होना चाहिए. This lambda naught जो है उस wavelength से कम होने पर ही ये जो energy ज़्यादा होता जाएगा. If the wavelength is increased, the energy will be decreased because it is inversely proportional. So threshold wavelength जो होगा, ये वाला point बहुत लोगों को confusion आता रहता है बार बार, but don't be confused. Frequency and wavelength are inversely proportional. If you are saying the frequency as minimum, the wavelength has to be maximum. Threshold wavelength is nothing but maximum wavelength above which there is no photo emission. Maximum wavelength above which there is no photo emission. उससे कम wavelength डालो, definitely आएगा बाहर electron. Is this clear?
yes,
ये जो formula से जो लिखा है ना, these are the only things which you need to remember with respect to examination. इतना ही. Everything can be solved with this. इनके अलावा एक concept आप लोग को understand करना जरूरत है, just to get the feel of the electron around the nucleus. The electron around the nucleus is not present in continuous orbits. If it is not present in continuous orbits, it can never lose energy continuously as per Maxwell. Maxwell ने गलत कहा है. Energy can never be lost continuously, which can be seen experimentally. एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के बाद हमको वो क्लैरिटी आया होगा अभी आप लोग को. ओके, ये जो पर्टिकुलर इक्वेशंस है, these equations are called, this is called as Einstein's equation for photoelectric effect. Einstein equation of photoelectric effect. For this particular equation and for the observation, for the explanation of all these things, all these observations, he received Nobel Prize. Okay, this particular expression, E incident is equals to E threshold plus Ke max. The excess amount of energy is converted into kinetic energy of the emitted electron. इधर लिख रहा हूं मैं. Excess amount of energy is converted into kinetic energy of emitted electron. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. If you are having any doubts now, you may ask me, or else we will go to some questions, problem solving. Shall I go to the questions then?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If anyone has any doubts, you can contact me after the lecture as well. अगर अभी पूछना नहीं तो एक बार बाद में notes देख के please contact me. Okay. First question. सब लोग take 2 minutes of your time and solve these questions. The frequency of wave of light is 12 into 10 power 14 second inverse. What is the wave number associated with it? Already ऐसा question हमने किया है. Please solve this question. The most important formulas which you need to remember for life दो है बस. C equals to nu lambda, E is equals to h nu, and इसी का variation है E is equals to hc upon lambda. What is E? E is energy of packet, energy of electromagnetic radiation, which is nothing but energy of each packet. They are asking wave number. Wave number is nothing but nu bar, which is nothing but 1 upon lambda. So from the data,
4 into 10 power 6.
okay, we will see. सभी लोग
हाँ
देखो
सर.
फिर.
हाँ सर, वही
फ्रीक्वेंसी
है.
दिया है. C is equals to nu lambda है ना. So 1 by lambda चाहिए हमको. 1 by lambda is nothing but nu upon C, which is nothing but nu bar. So nu bar is equals to nu कितना है? 12 into 10 power 14 divided by 3 into 10 power 8. This is 4 times. Okay, which is equals to 4 into 10 power 6 meter inverse. Specify along with units. Okay, 4 into 10 power 6 meter inverse. I hope this is clear. Okay, I'm moving to next question. The number of photons of light. ये वाला question सब लोग को clear है मान रहा हूँ. C is equals to nu lambda. You need to know what is wave number. It is 1 upon lambda. 1 upon lambda is nu upon C. Nu दिया है, C already पता है हमको 3 into 10 power 8. You need to remember it. The speed of light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Okay, next question. The number of photons of light having wave number 2.5 into 10 power 6 necessary to provide 1 joule of energy R. First, understand the question. Take 2 minutes, try to understand the question, try to solve it. If you are getting the answer, put that in the chat box. We will see.
सर क्वेश्चन एक मिनट दिखाइए ना.
Sir,
2 into 10 power 18. 2 into 10 power 18 can be the right answer. Yeah, Arya? देखो ये वाला पॉइंट समझो सब लोग. नेसेसरी टू प्रोवाइड 1 जूल ऑफ एनर्जी. ये जो पर्टिकुलर 1 जूल ऑफ एनर्जी इज नथिंग बट टोटल एनर्जी. ओके, you need to have a total energy of 1 joule. Okay, I hope every one of you know different units of energy. Energy का units बताओ तो सबसे पहले सभी लोग.
Energy.
It is
Joule.
joules और
Calories.
Okay, और एक unit है which is called as electron
Electron volt.
represented by symbol EV.
EV.
1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 joules. Very important. 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joules. 1 calorie is equals to 4.18 joules. Okay. अब ये total energy जो है, it is they are saying it as 1 joule. What is the energy of 1 photon? एक फोटोन की एनर्जी कितना होता है? It is nothing but h nu, which is nothing but hc upon lambda. In the question they have given wave number na, so try to modify the formula. I can write this as hc times 1 upon lambda. What is 1 upon lambda? Which is nothing but nu bar only na. It is hc into nu bar wave number. Okay, so if this is the energy of 1 photon, let n photons contribute to a total energy of 1 joule. This implies n times hc nu bar must be equal to 1 joule. बोल सकता हूँ?
Yes,
एक
sir.
का एनर्जी hc nu
Yes,
bar
sir.
है, n photons की एनर्जी n times hc nu bar, and they are saying that it should be equal to 1 joule. So n into 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joule second into 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second into न्यू बार कितना है? 2.5 into 10 power 6 मीटर इनवर्स. दिस शुड बी इक्वल टू 1 जूल. यूनिट्स के साथ सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे हमेशा. सेकंड सेकंड कैंसिल हुआ, मीटर मीटर कैंसिल हुआ, जूल जूल कैंसिल हुआ. जो बचेगा दैट शुड बी ए नंबर. नंबर ही बचा ना?
Yes.
ओके. अभी इसका कैलकुलेशन करना आप लोग. n will be equal to, देखो there is one calculation shortcut which will become very handy in future. 6.626. एक बार hc का वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करते हैं हम. एवरीवन, hc का वैल्यू क्या होगा? It is 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 into 3 into 10 power 8, which is equal to, this is almost approximately equal to 6.626 into 3. It is almost equal to 20. 6 3 sir 18. वो जो 626 into 3 वो भी पास में. You will get this as 20 into 10 raised to minus 26 हो गए, और which is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 25. 2 into 10 raised to minus 25. and the value of H and the units of Hc will be second cancel होगा joule meter ना. Whenever you see the value Hc, always substitute that as 2 into 10 raised to minus 25. This will be very very handy in calculations. क्योंकि H भी एक कांस्टेंट है, C भी एक कांस्टेंट है, हमेशा वो वही कांस्टेंट्स रहेगा. Hc मल्टीप्लाई करते समय you can directly put 2 into 10 raised to minus 25. Okay? ठीक है. So ये वाला वैल्यू क्या होगा? It is n into 2 into 10 raised to minus 25 into 2.5 into 10 power 6 is equals to 1, or n equals to 2.5 into 2 is 5, right? 1 by 5 into 10 power 6, ये 10 power minus 25 ऊपर गया तो 10 power plus 25 होगा ना. 1 by 5 is 0.2, 0.2 into 10 power 19, which is equal to 2 into 10 power 18. 2 into 10 power 18 photons गिराना चाहिए, or you need to have 2 into 10 power 18 photons in order to have a total energy of 1 joule. मैंने कैलकुलेशन बड़ा बड़ा करके एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था ना, इसलिए बड़ा हुआ है. दिस इज 1 स्टेप क्वेश्चन और 2 स्टेप, मैक्सिमम ऑफ 2 स्टेप्स क्वेश्चन. ओके, मैं कैलकुलेशन आप लोग को समझाया. बाद फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, whenever you see Hc, you will simply substitute 2 into 10 raised to minus 25. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
इनमें और भी कुछ क्वेश्चंस लिखा है मैंने. After the lecture, I will be posting this particular notes. Please attempt those particular questions. एक बार आज जो भी पढ़ा है क्विक रिवीजन कर रहा हूँ for the benefit of all the students. We have started looking into photoelectric effect experiment just to understand the inapplicability of Maxwell's theory or disprove Maxwell. According to Maxwell, energy has to be only function of intensity. Okay, intensity बढ़ाया तो energy बढ़ेगा और इलेक्ट्रॉन निकल जाना चाहिए बाहर. But in the experiment, when you observe the results performed by Einstein, no matter how high the intensity, there is never current if the frequency is lesser than some certain amount. If the frequency is greater than some certain amount, there is always current. इसका मतलब वो जो energy है radiation का, it is more and more related to the frequency but not intensity. Okay, so in the Maxwell's theory, we have seen that energy of each packet is depending only on the frequency, which is h nu. Energy of each packet is depending only on the frequency, but the total energy is depending upon an intensity. Okay, but the each packet's energy is depending only on frequency. According to Maxwell, at any instant, only one packet of energy can be given to an electron. So no matter how high the number of packets, if the electron is unable to accept more than one packet at any instant, if the energy of packet is insufficient, it can never be removed. If the energy of packet is sufficient, it can be easily removed. So इससे हमको ये भी एक clarity लेके आना पड़ेगा. The orbits around the nucleus are not continuous. If the orbits are continuous, each packet, it will be absorbing at different time instants, and it will be removed. It can be emitted out of that particular atom. As the orbits are discontinuous, the energy of the electron, I am concluding that the energy of the electron around the nucleus is discontinuous. You don't have continuous energy, you have discontinuous levels of energy. Or else the main important point is the energy of the electron around the nucleus is quantized. एक point लिख रहा हूं मैं इधर bold में. The energy of electron around nucleus is quantized. Okay, so next जो theory पढ़ने वाला है हम, Bohr's theory, Bohr has considered this as the basic point because इससे उनको सब लोगों को पता चल गया ऐसा कुछ. So Bohr has considered this as the main important point that the levels are discontinuous, and he has given some postulates which we should see in the next lecture. अभी ये फेल हुआ है, सब हुआ है, ठीक है. अभी इनके लिए कुछ तो थ्योरी होना चाहिए ना. ये ऑर्बिट्स कैसे डिफाइन होना चाहिए, कहाँ पे कौन सा ऑर्बिट होना चाहिए, etc etc. That is given by the next scientist Niels Bohr with the help of studies of previous scientists. इनके वजह से अभी आगे का इसको कुछ आइडिया आया है क्वांटाइज्ड ओके, ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ होता है. उसके ऊपर उसने कुछ और सोच के कुछ और थ्योरी दिया है. We will see those postulates. Very interesting है, देखेंगे. Okay?
Yes.
I hope this is clear. Finally, हमको याद रखना ये है, if you are incidenting more than the energy which is actually required, the excess of energy will be converted into kinetic energy of the emitted electron. E incident minus E threshold. Threshold energy is the minimum energy required to remove electron. E incident is the energy which you are imparting on the electron. The difference between these two is nothing but the kinetic energy of the maximum kinetic energy of the emitted electron. Okay? ठीक है. If both of them are exactly same, the kinetic energy will be 0. इतना ही है. With respect to problems, इतना पता होना चाहिए. Basic definitions: what is meant by work function, threshold energy, threshold frequency, threshold wavelength. Threshold wavelength is the maximum wavelength above which there is no photo emission. Threshold frequency is the minimum frequency below which there is no photo emission. उसके ज़्यादा ही होना चाहिए. Threshold energy is the minimum energy below which there is no photo emission. उससे energy ज़्यादा ही होना चाहिए. Okay? I will write these definitions down. इनका definitions भी लिख के I will post the notes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. If you are having any doubts, please feel free to contact me.
Bye, sir.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye bye.